Learning 1F fillet welding. These are the most common mistakes beginners make and how to fix them. First mistake, holding the torch gun at the wrong angle. This can cause an uneven bead and poor fusion. How to fix it? Keep a consistent work angle, generally around 45 degrees into the corner, and use a slight travel angle appropriate for your process. Mistake number 2. Moving too fast, your bead becomes narrow and may not fuse properly with both plates. How to fix it? Slow down slightly and watch the weld puddle. Make sure the molten metal reaches both sides of the joint. Mistake number 3. But going too slow is also a problem. You can get an oversized bead, excessive reinforcement, or even burn through on thin material. How to fix it? Keep your travel speed steady. Let the puddle, not just the electrode, control your movement. Mistake number 4. Inconsistent arc length, arc too long. You can get more spatter, a rough bead, and unstable arc. How to fix it? Keep a short, consistent arc appropriate for your electrode and welding process. Mistake number 5. Not watching the puddle. Another beginner mistake, staring at the electrode instead of the puddle. How to fix it? Watch the leading edge of the puddle. Look for good fusion on both sides of the fillet. First, let's clarify what 1F actually means. The 1 stands for the flat position, and the F stands for fillet weld. A common point of confusion is the difference between 1F and 2F. In a 2F position, your base plate sits flat on the table, and the vertical plate sticks straight up at 90 degrees. You're welding horizontally across a corner. In a 1F position, you rotate the entire joint 45 degrees, so it forms a V-trough pointing up at the ceiling. This creates a flat surface where molten metal flows evenly into the root without sagging down. To set this up correctly. Now, let's get into the mistakes. Mistake number 1. Welding over mill scale, rust, or oil. Because 1F allows you to run hotter and faster, beginners think the arc will just burn off the mill scale. It won't. Heavy mill scale and rust trap gas in your weld pool, causing porosity, those ugly little pinholes that destroy strength. It also acts as an insulator, preventing full penetration into the root. How to fix it? Take an angle grinder or flap disc and clean your joint down to bare, shiny metal at least half an inch back from the weld zone on both sides. Clean steel guarantees a smooth arc, less spatter, and maximum strength. Mistake number 2. Bad torch or electrode angles. In 1F, you have 2 angles to manage, work angle and travel angle. A common error is favoring one plate, usually pointing the torch too far down toward the bottom plate. Heat follows your arc. If you point at the bottom plate, your filler metal builds up on one side, leaving the top plate completely unfused. How to fix it? Work angle. Split the 90-degree corner directly down the middle. Your electrode should point at a 45-degree angle to each plate, dead center into the root. Travel angle. Tilt your torch 10 to 15 degrees in your travel direction. If you're using stick like a 7018 or flux cord wire, drag it. If you're doing MIG or TIG, a slight push or neutral angle works best. Mistake number 3. Moving too fast or changing your speed constantly. Because gravity keeps the puddle level in 1F, it's tempting to drag the arc across the joint quickly. Moving too fast produces a thin, ropey bead that sits on top of the joint without penetrating the root. Moving too slowly builds up excess weld metal, wastes filler, and introduces unnecessary heat into the part. How to fix it? Watch the back edge of the molten weld pool, not the bright arc light. Keep the puddle width consistent, about 2 to 3 times the diameter of your electrode core or wire. Maintain a tight, short arc length around 1/8 of an inch. Let the puddle fill both toes of the weld evenly before moving forward. Mistake number 4. Running incorrect machine parameters. If your heat is set to low, your filler metal lands cold on the joint, creating cold lap or lack of fusion at the toes. If your heat is way too high or your arc is too long, you end up with undercut where the arc gouges a trench out of the base metal that isn't refilled by filler metal. How to fix it? Since 1F is flat, you can generally run 10% to 15% hotter than you would in a vertical or overhead position. Turn your heat up until the puddle flows smoothly into both toes without gouging the edges. If you see undercut, Ease off your travel speed slightly or lower your voltage, amperage slightly. Mistake number 5. Trapping slag during multi-pass welds. On thicker material, a single pass isn't enough. You'll need 2 or 3 passes to build up proper leg size. A massive rookie mistake is running pass number 2 directly over the slag or glass left by pass number 1. How to fix it? If there's slag, you drag. And before you add, you clean. Use a chipping hammer and wire brush, or, better yet, a wire wheel on an angle grinder to strip every trace of slag and oxidation off your first bead before laying down the next. This prevents slag inclusions, which are major structural weak points. To wrap it up, position your joint at 45 degrees, clean off all mill scale, split your work angle dead center, keep a steady travel speed, and clean between passes. Do these 5 things, and your 1F fillet welds will be flawless. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more practical welding tutorials, and drop a comment below letting me know what joint you want us to cover next. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next build. Remember, consistent angle, travel speed, arc length, and puddle control are the keys to a better 1F fillet weld. Keep practicing. Bad beads are part of becoming a better welder. Follow for more beginner welding tips, and please don't forget to subscribe.